I'm turning this brand new zoomed paludarium into a home for one of the rarest lizards in the United States. Not only is it semi-aquatic, but it's also hydrophobic. I'll touch more on that later in the video. First, we custom built a stand for this tank. It's got to hold a lot of weight. Next, we installed a hanging zoomed light in the rafters. I may still be in my 20s, but moving around isn't as easy as it used to be. Oh, I feel like an old man. Oh, baby. This zoom-in light comes with cables to hang from the ceiling. It's going to look super clean in the end. Now that the light is hung, we're going to get the tank ready for turning it into an amazing paludarium. The paludarium is when you have half water, half land. In this case, the whole bottom will be water and the whole top will be land. You'll understand in a little. Tank looks pretty good to me now. It's time to brainstorm what we're going to do. To better understand the enclosure we need to build, let's learn about the species. This is the Cuban stream minnow, and as the name implies, they're found in Cuba and always by streams. As you can see, they're hydrophobic, but they definitely don't start out in water. This is a baby I actually hatched. In this video, you can see he's just a day old. Now, once they hatch out, no matter their size, you will always find them near water. They won't be more than 10 feet away from a stream at any given point in their life. They're mainly found on the banks, rocks, and roots all along the stream side. With that in mind, let's just build an enclosure that looks like the side of a Cuban stream. Easier said than done. I do know I need water for a stream. These pipes are going to house where the inlet and outlet of the filter are going to go because, of course, we want clean water. We're actually going to have fish in here as well. The streams these lizards hang out are often very steep and made of rock, so we're going to imitate that. We're going to make the rock look like it's going in a natural direction just as you see in the wild. Not only am I placing the rocks in a natural flowing direction, but I'm also making little cliff faces, and this pipe will be for a waterfall. We're going to make a little waterfall just like a tributary would be feeding this stream that the lizards live in. This might look like a mess to you right now, but I've done this a few times and I know it's turning out good. The rocks are all going in the same direction and they're all going to be foamed in to not move. Yes, I'm foaming 200 pounds of rock to a piece of glass. It works, trust me. When I say foam, this is what I mean. This is great stuff spray foam, and it's usually used to fill gaps in your house, but it works perfectly for building vivariums, terrariums, and in this case, a paludarium. It's completely safe for reptiles, and let me tell you, it's gonna hold up over 200 pounds of rocks on this back piece of glass. It also fills in the gaps between the rocks, which we're gonna fill in and make the whole background look like one big stream side. Once you're done foaming, wait 24 hours and come back the next day, and now the real work begins. As you could probably guess, it's pretty heavy and it's not easy. I'll let you watch. 1, 2. Move your hands. You're good. Move your fingers. Drop it. Well, we're definitely not getting OSHA certified anytime soon, and don't try that at home, but hey, it's up and we're ready to rumble, baby. Remember how I said the foam not only holds up the rock, but it fills in the gaps? Well, we're carving out the gaps to make it match the shape and contour of the rock. This is gonna really make our stream side look like it's natural and all one piece of big rock. Now that the foam's carved, we're gonna cover it to match the rock. So we cover it with some silicone and then we slap on some sand. The sand matches the rocks really well, so it's all gonna turn into one. Of course, we're gonna blend them in just like any artist would. This is a work of art. We're making this stream side look as natural as possible. The silicone is gonna act as a glue to hold on the sand. It's completely animal safe if you use 100% silicone with no additives, no mold inhibitors. And then the sand I actually collected just like I collected the rocks outside. Of course, our stream side wouldn't be complete without some roots coming down into the water. These roots I actually collected myself, just like the sand and the rocks. This is one place the anoles are naturally going to perch on, just as it would the rock sides. You can see me struggling to find a place I like this final piece of wood, and in the end, I completely removed it. I believe if you're not satisfied with something, change it, so that's why I didn't include that last piece of wood in the end. Now I'm adding air plants that are also native to Cuba. That last piece won't be in there, but you get the idea. With the land section done, it's time to move on to the water. I'm gonna make sure the tank holds water and also check if the waterfall even works. Let the water clear up and hope for the best. This enclosure turned out just as I envisioned. The background looks like one big piece of rock moving in one direction with roots coming out of it, and the waterfall looks great and sounds amazing. With the enclosure done, it's time to add the final piece. The Cuban stream anole. As you can see, this male Cuban stream anole is using the enclosure to the full extent, using the rocks and the roots as perches and even going in the water to show off that hydrophobic skin. The life of this paludarium has only just begun. As more plants, animals, and fish will be added, stay tuned to see what we do next.